You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way. If I could kill it, I would. But I legally can't. But I've considered it.
And I saw it late too, man. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I'm BraveX Hero, and today we're talking about one of the most craziest builds I've ever used. Lately, I've been making a lot of hand cannon videos, mostly high impact hand cannon videos. But today, we're gonna talk about something different. We're gonna talk about an auto rifle, but not only just an auto rifle, we're gonna be talking about an auto rifle build that you should be utilizing. Two things that really stuck out at me that we're lacking this season is gonna be auto rifle builds, the lack of auto rifles in the Crucible, and also Warlock builds. I've only seen a couple builds from my buddy Apathetic, check his channel out, but other than that, I don't see too many Warlock builds out there. So today, I've got a double whammy for you. We're gonna be talking about an auto rifle Warlock build. But before we get into the video, do me a huge favor, guys, and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. But without further delay, let's get into the video. Unlike the Titans, where their main ability is gonna be the punch mechanic, and the Hunter's main tactic is going to be the shatter dive, the Warlocks are all about abilities, from melees to grenades, and that's what we're focusing on in this build alone. So to get this build started, I do want you to be utilizing the Fragment Whisper of Hedrons, because you're going to want that bonus damage when you freeze an enemy. When it comes to the Warlock freeze mechanic, the melee, I feel like a lot of players kind of judge it wrong or improperly. They tend to use this melee as a long range attack, which it should not be used as that. Your main goal is to use this melee kind of like a shotgun. You want to use it when you're up close and personal, or when someone's just rushing you and you can freeze them easily. So with this build focusing around the melee for the Warlock, what other exotic could we pair with this? Well, none other than the Claws of Ahamkara, with the exotic perk, the Whispers, which gives you an additional melee charge. So as you can tell, we're going to be utilizing our melee a lot. Now let's get into the remaining parts of this build. Now, since you are a Warlock, you do have the capability of holding 4 fragments, which we're going to want to add the fragment, the Whisper of Bonds. When defeating frozen targets with weapons, grants you super energy. Since we're going to have 2 melee charges, we're going to be freezing enemies more often. We will be defeating them with our primary weapon, thus allowing us to have more super energy, which is always a good thing, guys. More super energy, more Shadebinder action, am I right? Now, let's close out this fragment section with the last fragment, the Whisper of Refraction. Defeating slowed or frozen targets grants you class ability energy. So normally Warlocks run 100% recovery, which I always recommend you do. But since you're going to be defeating frozen targets, remember that our exotic of choice is going to be the Claws of Ahamkara. So we're going to be freezing a lot of people. Pairing both of those fragments together along with Whisper of Hedrons, we got a pretty deadly combo there. We're going to have bonus damage from Whisper of Hedrons. We're going to be getting super energy when we defeat targets with our primary weapon. And with Whisper of Refractions, we're going to be getting our class ability energy. So if we need to pop a rift to survive, we're going to be getting that more frequently. Now, I will highly recommend you bump your strength up on your character just so you can get more melee ability energy back much quicker. Now let's top this build off with the final exotic, which is going to be the Monte Carlo, which is an auto rifle in your primary slot. It's a 600 RPM. Yes, guys, I know 600's got nerfed, but this one still rocks. This one still gets the job done. And why is that? Well, we got Whisper of Hedrons doing work. But let's get into the Monte Carlo. For those of you who don't know what it is, guys, the Monte Carlo is an auto rifle with the exotic perk Monte Carlo method, in which dealing damage with this weapon reduces your melee cooldown and grants a chance to fully charge your melee ability with each kill. That right there is the icing on the cake. Pairing that right there with the Claws of Ahamkara, we're gonna have melees for days, which is the main focus of this build. But let's get a little bit further or deeper into the Monte Carlo. Guys, the Monte Carlo has the perk Markov chain, in which weapon gains increased damage from melee kills and kills with this weapon. Melee kills grants ammo for this weapon. Now you're probably asking yourself, how powerful is this build in PvP? Well, it's pretty simple. You're getting bonus damage from the Markov chain perk. When you get a kill with a Monte Carlo, well, you're gonna get Markov chain ×1. If you happen to get a melee kill, which is pretty simple, when you freeze a target, you will activate Markov chain ×5. But that's not only it. By using the Claws of Ahamkara, you have 2 melee charges. When you freeze a target, Whisper of Hedrons activates. And at that very moment, you have bonus damage. Once you kill them with Whisper of Hedrons active, well, now you're going to activate Markov chain ×1. As you guys can tell, there's a lot of synergy going on there. And to take this even further, when you're doing work with the Monte Carlo, well, you're going to be filling up both melee charges. So you fill up one, you get a couple more kills, boom, your second one's ready to go. That doesn't end the synergy right then and there. Remember, we're still utilizing both fragments, the Whisper of Bonds and the Whisper of Refraction. Now with the Whisper of Bonds, when you kill a target with your Monte Carlo, not only are you activating Markov chain ×1, but you are gaining super energy from the Whisper of Bonds perk. And again, freezing your target where you're gonna get your rift back. So if you want to plant up somewhere, you can pop a healing rift, or if you want to put a little spot somewhere else where you want to activate an empowering rift, well, you get even more bonus damage from an empowering rift, and you'll get that energy back much quicker. Why? Because you have higher recovery, but not only that, Whisper of Refractions kicks in, synergy for days. Overall, my final thoughts on this build, I believe it is a top tier option. Is this something that you can take into the survival playlist? I 100% believe you can take this into survival. Is this something that you can take into trials? Yes. Is this something for sixes? 100% yes. It is powerful. Yes, 600s might have gotten nerfed, but with Markov chain, with Whisper of Hedrons, if you decide to run an empowering rift, you make up for that nerf that 600s got, and you have a competitive weapon that not only gives you bonus damage, but is going to give you your melee energy back much quicker. With that, thank you so much for watching. Remember guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button because it's free, and who doesn't like free? And like always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like. Remember guys, I'm streaming 2 times out of the week, so hit that bell notification to get notified when I go live. You can chit chat with me. Other than that, like always, I'll see you in the next video.
Warlock の得意分野は銃ではなく本だと誰が言ったのだ。ああ、私か。